Good morning, gang. 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I'm gonna do a quick video. Just got back in from putting the belt back on my mower, so try not to pay attention to my beat up thumb. I scraped that bad boy. Ooh, you know when you pull that skin off your fingers, man, that hurt. Cried like a baby. Thank God no one was outside to see me cry. Anyway, several weeks ago, I did a video pertaining to these souvenir cars we used to get from the local track, Athens Speedway, from Athens, Georgia, home of the dogs. In that video, I mentioned this DVD or this movie, and I may have called the name incorrect in the video, but the movie is Greased Lightning. It tells the story of Wendell Scott, the first black NASCAR driver. I was a fan of NASCAR in the 70s through the late 80s before I fell out of favor with it. I can't watch it nowadays. It's just not NASCAR. But anyway, let's talk about this. If you haven't seen this movie, it's a really good movie. Now this, I forgot exactly where I got it from. I don't recall if I got it off of a movie site or eBay maybe. I can't recall, but I went to see this movie in the theaters when it first came out. Pam Grier plays his wife, and you know, if you don't know who Pam Grier is, she's a very good looking lady. Very good looking. Anyway, I also did a video pertaining to slot cars. I picked up a boatload of tracks and a ton of cars. When I say ton, probably about 50 cars maybe. This one I really like. So I go on eBay looking for a Wendell Scott version. It's the Richard Petty Torino, and he went to Ford. I don't know if it was just for 1 year or more than 1 year, but he did that in protest because you had Dodges and the Plymouths, and you had the Superbird. Well, I can't remember. I don't remember the year. Superbirds were awesome looking cars, but he didn't get the Superbird version car. He was still stuck with his regular car. So in protest, he jumped to Ford. You NASCAR freaks can, you know, correct me or tell me what's up with the cars that he was driving versus the Superbird in the Dodge Chrysler Plymouth era. But this is a replica of his Ford. So now, and I think that this was late 60s, like 68, 69 maybe. Don't hold me to that either. Like I said, I got big into NASCAR in the 70s, early 70s. So after getting this car, I went on eBay to see if they had a Wendell Scott version. And I put in Wendell Scott slot car. Well, this is what I got. That. Now here's the deal. That's a Carrera slot car. Brand new, never been opened, never been taken out of the box. The price was, I think, oh gosh, I hate going by memory, but it was like a day or two from ending. Nobody had bid on it, so I put a bid in it, and I think for everything I got, it was like $25 or $29. A little high for me to pay for a slot car, but it was a Wendell Scott slot car, and and I'm not thinking, not many people know who he is. You know, the first black NASCAR driver. I got to get this car, so I put a bid in it, and I got it. I couldn't wait to get it home. It would, it wouldn't have been opened. This car hasn't been opened. I don't even know what year this one came out. This slot car. So I get the package. I'm like, man, that's kind of big for just a regular slot car. I open it, and it's that Carrera large scale slot car. So, crud. Well, long story short, I ended up buying just a low budget scale electric track with some extra straight pieces. Still haven't run that Carrera car, but I do have 2 more Torinos like that. Long story short again, I went back online and I put in Wendell Scott's race cars or NASCAR. And this version of a Wendell Scott NASCAR came up. It was open. It wasn't in the box. This is the box. It's Racing Collectibles. I'm not sure who they are. Club of America Legend Series. And it's limited edition. I'm sure. Oh, Smyrna, Georgia. How about that? Still made somewhere else. But anyway, I put a $10 bid on it because I wanted the car. And usually I don't put that much in unless it's something rare. But it was a good looking car on eBay. I lost it. I lost the bid. Like I said, it was an unopened car. It was an open diecast car on eBay. So no, I can't remember how long ago that was. It's been a while. So there's two trade shops I always loved going to, and apparently the complex that they were both in, somebody bought the entire complex. It used to be an old mill, sewing mill, and it was divided up into stores, and now it's somebody purchased it, so everybody's losing their leases. They're not renewing leases. So needless to say, they're having killer sales. Well, there was a guy that had a booth in there that had all this diecast stuff, NASCAR things. And, I'm not trying to be negative here, but NASCAR collectibles are not going to hold value. It's like everything else. Let me step back. I'm not an expert, but put it like this. All this Dale Earnhardt stuff people bought back in the 90s and 2000s, you go to any flea market or yard sale, you see it. And, they're not getting any kind of money for them. So anyway, I remember going in there and looking at his stuff, hoping a while back. This is for all the losses of leases took effect. I went in this guy's booth to see if he had any Matchbox or Hot Wheels or anything like that, and he didn't, unless it was like the Hot Wheels NASCAR stuff, which I don't care for. But I remember him having tons of cars in boxes like this, and I want to say some of them were $5, and I want to say some of them was even higher than that, depending on, I guess, the driver or the car. Long story short, yet again, that's the third one. I go back over to see what's going on with the sales they're having. They had 25% off sales, 50% off sales. So I go into this booth, and this guy had all these cars for $2 each. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. $12 for the diecast. So I couldn't turn them down. So it's $2 a piece, and the one on eBay, like I said, I think I said it. If I didn't, I'm gonna say it again. I lost the open one on eBay. I put a $10 bid on it, and I lost it. So I think I did pretty good. So this is the box the car came in. I haven't taken it out, and it's still secured to the little cardboard. Each car comes with this actually slides out, but I'm not going to slide it out. It tells you Wendell Scott, quiet, unassuming, always getting more out of his equipment than it had. Wendell Scott, a real racer. Now, this is a good looking Galaxy, and I love the number. And actually, red 34, Herschel Walker. How about that? Wendell Scott was a man ahead of his time. It wasn't from Georgia, though. I think he was from Virginia. There's the front. There's the side. On the door says Wendell Scott. And there's the back. Now these are some good looking cars. What is that? Oh, see, I told you it comes out. It's not supposed to, but it did. So I have the Wendell Scott car and these other cars. Now the only other driver, oh, before I forget, you can I saw it years ago, but I think you can go to YouTube, and I think his family he pretty much drove mainly Fords, but he drove whatever he could get his hands on and what he could get put together. They have, I think it's his family, they have one of his Impalas, or his Impala, I don't know how many he had, still in their possession, unless it's been donated to a museum or something. It's a very interesting video to watch on YouTube. This is, out of the diecast I bought, this is the only other driver I recognize, Ned Jarrett. You know, Dale Jarrett's his son. And again, same cars, just different paint schemes. And then this one, I've heard of this name, Jimmy Purdue. Or Pardue, not Purdue, good Lord. Too many chicken commercials on TV, and I like chicken. Larry Frank. See, this guy might be somebody that, you know, worked at the mill or something during the week, and he ran NASCAR on the weekends. I mean, that's when it was a man's sport. Marvin Ponch, I guess is how you say his last name, or Panch. And Dick May. Now, I've heard this name before, but I don't know who it is. I'm not a fan of blue, but that is my high school colors, blue and white. So, the reason why I wanted to do this real quick is because Wendell Scott, he's gotten notoriety, but I don't think he's gotten, in my opinion, the notoriety he rightfully deserves. I think he needs more. I mean, you always hear all this, you know, not enough other races in NASCAR. You know, I don't know the why. I mean, put a team together, get it in there. But it's like everything else. I know you got owners that own 5 teams, or you got families with kids that suck at driving cars, but because they have a name, they get a ticket. There again, you know, NASCAR, when I was a kid, you didn't probably recognize most of the field. As I said, they, you know, it's like old time football players. They work in meat packing plants and mills during the week and played football on the weekends when, you know, NFL started, or the football started, professional football, that is. Same with NASCAR. The sport is, it's not even a sport anymore. All the cars are the same. It's horrible. And I'm preaching again. But gang, this bad video that I'm putting together is because 89 Mattel had a video he posted, and it had a Superbird diecast car, and that's what made me want to post this one. So thanks 89 Mattel for posting your video, inspired me to do this one. And I will hit you up with a thumbs up, and I can't believe I said hit you up, but I will give you a thumbs up shortly. I should have did it while I was watching it, but I got sidetracked. That's it for this one, gang. Wendell Scott. Awesome. Awesome man. Great history. Look him up. Read up about him. There's things called books you can go and get. I don't know how many is out there at the library that would have anything to do with Wendell Scott. And if it is, it'll be probably a paragraph. And to me, crying shame. The man deserves more. That's it, gang. Have a great day.